Hey, this is Chris and Lamb of God. You're watching Rock and Metal News.
This is Jordan from As Lay Dying. You're listening to Rock and Metal News.
So yeah, my name's Ron, and we run the Rock Metal News on YouTube, and we interview bands and do reviews of albums and that. And yeah, we just listened to your new CD, Decas.
Yeah.
Really cool. It's going to be out in the stores November 8th, and there's the 3 new songs on it are really good songs, and real excellent cover songs you guys chose. So we were just wondering what made you guys want to record 3 new songs and do some covers and not do a full-length record at this time.
I guess part of the reason was, if we wanted to make the 10-year anniversary record something a little bit different than like a typical like LP that we would put out. That's pretty much it. We thought it'd be a good time to do stuff that was like a little bit different from what we would typically put out.
Cool. Yeah, no, it's really good. Do you guys? After this, or do you guys have plans to maybe put out a full-length record within 2012 at all, or you guys, have some stuff that you're writing at all?
Wait, I'm sorry, what was that?
Were you guys planning on doing a full-length album, say it by the end of 2012?
Yeah, we're actually getting back in the studio in January.
Oh, cool.
So we plan on having something out by like August, maybe September. Somewhere on there, things might get pushed back like they usually do, but that's it. So.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, the cover songs on the album. So, how did you guys? What was it like doing the cover of the War Ensemble, playing some Dave Lombardo drums? How did you like that?
Oh, it was awesome. Actually, I had a great time doing it. And he's a great drummer, so it was a lot of fun, like learning his parts and playing and recording him in the studio. So, it felt good.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites, and I really enjoyed listening to the cover. It was done really well. Now,
thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, and now on Electric Eye, that's another good cover. I noticed that you kind of added some neat fills within that, because the drumming on the original Electric Eye is kind of straightforward, not too many fills in that. But you added some kind of heavier little fills in there. Did you sort of enjoy doing that? Make it a little more heavier?
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I mean, I think that song gave myself and some of the other guys a template to kind of do spice it up a little bit. I guess put our own twist on it. If that makes sense. I'm kind of just filling in the blanks, at least in my head. So it was cool. But we didn't want to do too much to where it totally changed the song. Or like the original song. We wanted to keep it somewhat true to to what the song actually is. But I think we did enough to where it kind of puts a little bit of our character in the song as well. So
yeah, I think you did that. It sounded really good. Now, regarding the coffee mug cover, how did that? Did one of the members in the band kind of like that song, or did you just kind of choose it, or was it kind of fave of all the guys to do that?
It was Tim's idea. Originally, we wanted to do like a punk song, from I guess one of the many punk bands that influenced us growing up, and we thought it'd be cool just to do that song in particular because it's so short and I don't know, just it was straightforward. We thought it'd be kind of fun just to go in there and just be like, hey, let's record a 30-second punk song. It sounds fun.
Right on. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So now regarding Paralyzed, I mean, we get a lot of comments on our videos we do online and that, and there's a lot of people that are saying Paralyzed is just one of the outstanding sort of As I Lay Dying songs. Could you just tell us a bit about this one? I noticed that the 3 originals on the album are, they seem to be very separate. You got Paralyzed, which is sort of a real good straightforward As I Lay Dying song. Then you got From Shapeless to Breakable, which is a little heavier, and then Moving Forward, which is sort of more vocal based in that. Did you guys specifically kind of write 3 sort of, the little different songs on there to keep it sort of interesting?
Yeah, that was very intentional. And you hit the nail on the head when you described each of the songs. We tried to push the boundaries, like with our melodic side and our heavy side, with From Shapeless and Moving Forward. Paralyzed we thought was, I guess a very well-rounded, like, As We Dying song. It has a lot of elements of our sound, and, I think, you pretty much summed it up. But Paralyzed was actually recorded during the Powerless Rise sessions, and we kept the song because, one, we felt like as just a standalone song, it was, I guess, adequate to put out by itself. We felt like it didn't need another song to kind of help smooth it over or anything like that, either before or after. So we kept it to release, like, at a later time, like, for whatever bonus track or soundtrack or whatever it might be. And, we just never found, like, the right opportunity, or we felt good about, to release it. And so we thought it would be, a great song to start Decas off with. So I'm pretty stoked that we saved it.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, no, it's a real good opening for the album. Now, I noticed that from Shapeless to Breakable, there's some real heavy drumming in that, some almost like blast beat type drumming. Did you enjoy playing that a little heavier, faster speed there on that album, that track?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot. Opens up with some pretty crazy drum fills and stuff. And it's always fun. I love playing blast beats and grand beats and all that stuff. Just anything fast is fun to me. So.
Yeah, no, that sounds like it's going to be. I don't know if you're going to choose to play. Are you guys going to choose to play any of these 3 songs in your live sets?
We haven't figured it out yet. I think we're for sure going to be playing Paralyzed, and depending on the tour and the length of our set, we might play one of the other songs, maybe even one of the covers. We're not really sure yet, though. So.
Yeah, from Shapeless to Breakable would be definitely a good little kind of heavy mosh pit song, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now, when you guys were writing these, or the recording process, did you guys sort of enter it the same way you usually do, writing your albums, or did you guys change any of your writing process or recording process at all during these 3 songs?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, when we wrote the two tracks from Shapeless to Breakable and then moving forward, it was after we had written Paralyzed, because we recorded that during the Powerless Rise. Mm-hmm. And so we knew that we wanted to kind of push the boundaries of our sound. So, when we wrote from Shapeless, we obviously wanted to be heavier, more death metal-y and thrashy, and then moving forward, we wanted to be more melodic. So, we definitely had a little bit more intention before we started writing those songs, if that makes sense.
Yes, yeah.
Because usually when we write a full length, we'll, get a collection of songs or ideas and kind of like, start rounding them out. Okay, we're doing this song, so, that's like really heavy and thrashy, so maybe the next song will kind of be a little bit more melodic, and, but, this one we kind of had like a very straightforward intention when we wrote the songs. And it wasn't as much of a free form creatively. And then the covers, it was more or less just learn the parts, and then we'll kind of sit down and figure out what stuff we want to change, within the songs. And War Song, for the most part, is pretty much pretty true to like the original recording. At least the parts are, and then Electric Eye we worked a little bit more on, as far as like changing, drum beats and patterns and stuff like that, and like figuring out the on and off vocal stuff with Tim and Josh. So it was a little bit different, but I mean it was fun to do.
Yeah, I noticed on Electric Eye some of the guitar harmonies and things they kind of worked on. It was a little different. I don't know if you guys did something with the halftime kind of feel in it, because there's a real halftime feel in it that really is accentuated when you guys do the cover, and it sounded really cool.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because there's that in the original Electric Eye. There's that the very bassy bridge section, you know, and
right.
For us to we don't really know what. We don't want to re-record that because it's so honest for Judas Priest.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't want to try to reproduce that and totally blow it, botch it, make it sound terrible. So we thought we'd kind of change things around a little bit and kind of make it more of an As We Dying-esque bridge section. While obviously keeping it true to the original track. So that's what we did there.
Yeah, you did that. It's very effective again there. Now we'd had some questions from some of our viewers from our channel. If you don't mind, that would be great. We had now Ludwig says there's rumors that you guys may be playing on Mayhem Festival 2012, and there might be some. They said they've heard maybe some Metal Blade workers have mentioned this, and there's just lots of rumors going out, and a lot of people would like to see you there. Do you have any comments about playing Mayhem Fest 2012?
No official comment yet. You know, it's a great festival, and you know, something that we've talked about doing in the past, and you know, we'll just see how things are now. We haven't confirmed anything either way, so you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's about all I can say right now. So.
No, that's cool. Hopefully we see you on it. We'd love to see you guys on it. Now, let's see here. We have a question from James, pardon me, from Vic. He's a kind of personal question here. He says that he's noticed that you're using more toms on your drum kit, and he also says that he loves As I Lay Dying, and you are my main inspiration and influence. He says you guys are my idols and changed my perspective on life, relationships after I started listening to you guys. He said, please, to say my name and wish me the best of luck. So, you know, there's a lot of people out there that you guys really impact greatly in their lives. So Vic just wanted you guys to know that. And maybe you could comment to Vic about maybe using some of your toms on your kit and that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess tell Vic thank you for sending in the question and the you know, the kind words. Yeah, no, I started using more rack toms and more cymbals. Actually, right before we went to record Decas, it was right before we started actually trying to put songs together. I walked into my drum room and yeah, I looked at my drum kit and I wasn't instantly bored, but I was like, you know what? I want something different. You know, like I want to change it up a little bit. You know, this is a different type of recording process, you know, that we're going to try to do here with the cover songs and stuff. And, you know, I had a bunch of extra drums and cymbals in my closet, and so I busted them all out and, you know, had a great time. It felt like, you know, I hadn't played in years, you know, and I was just, you know, wiping the dust off the drums.
Nice.
It was pretty cool. I just having a lot of fun doing it, and, you know, I decided to record the record like that, and now I'm using it live, so I think I'm probably going to stick with this setup for a while at least.
Perfect. Oh, that's cool. Good. And Sam asks, are you guys going to be playing in Australia in 2012 at all? Maybe the Soundwave Festival, ? Do you guys have you guys talked about your tour plans across the world at all in 2012?
A little bit. We're not going to be doing Soundwave this year. As far as any other Australian tours, we have nothing confirmed yet. I assume we're probably going to try to get over there at some point next year, but we're not sure when. Okay.
That's great. And, Walter was actually mentioning, he wanted to know what your thoughts were on the Occupy movement. I know Tom Morello has been kind of cruising around the world and stopping in at some of the Occupy movement sites and things. He was curious about your perspective on it.
Well, I mean, I've been in Europe for a while, so I missed a lot of the news reports and stuff. But I guess I wouldn't consider myself, you know, totally savvy on their intentions. But I guess I get what they're doing, and I can appreciate that. But you know, obviously, like our economy, it's hurting right now. I mean, everybody's economies are hurting right now, and jobs are scarce, and you know, it seems like the only negative side I could see to that would be to interrupt commerce, which is, I think, some of the intention behind, you know, I guess I wouldn't say behind the movement, but I know some people have that intention is to interrupt commerce. And I think, you know, in a already struggling economy, I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing, you know? So,
yeah.
But I mean, I get what they're doing, and I agree that a lot of things need to change, you know. Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I'm not an expert on their whole movement or anything like that, you know, so I can't really say anything, you know, too negative or too positive about it just because I really don't know a whole lot about it. But, like, you know, in my opinion, like anything that interrupts commerce, you know, in this economy should, I guess, should be taken into consideration, so.
That's right, could have a reverse effect.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I don't want to see, and, but, like I say, sometimes things like this need to happen to jolt the system and to change the system, and, if it ends up having a positive effect on the economy and, for the lives of the people in America and around the world, then, I'll be happy. But, at this point, I don't really know enough about it to comment too much.
Right on. Thanks. And Puppet King 82 wants to know sort of what bands most influence your music career, and what are you personally listening to right now? A couple of maybe some music you like to listen to.
Yeah. Gosh, so many bands. As far as metal bands are concerned, like Slayer, Megadeth, Testament, Metallica, Pantera, Anthrax, and bands like that, really influenced me a lot growing up. A lot of the Christian metal bands, I guess that term doesn't really work in my opinion, but, like, a lot of those, like, Solid State Tooth and Nail bands, like Living Sacrifice, and Zeo, and Embodiment. A lot of hardcore bands like No Innocent Victim, Hatebreed, Strife, Madball.
Nice.
Gosh. Punk bands, Strung Out, Bad Religion, the list goes on.
Yeah, right on.
But yeah, recently, actually, just started listening to the new Anthrax record, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's called Worship Music.
Yes.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
And then the new Machine Head, which is Unto the Locust, I believe that's what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great record. The new Machine Head record's heavy. It's awesome. I love it.
Have you heard Lulu yet?
Have I what?
Heard Lulu. Yeah. That's what we thought too.
I YouTubed it just to see what it was, and it was interesting to say the least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nope.
But I don't know if I'd be purchasing that record anytime soon. So with that.
Yeah, I hear ya. We got a coaster of it here right now. So yeah.
Trying to think. Yeah, that's about it. Like as far as I can remember.
Cool. Now we're just sort of the last questions here. Do you ever see the people wearing? They have tattoos with "As I Lay Dying" on them, and that we've seen some of the festivals. What do you think about people liking the band so much they actually get some tattoos of the band? You ever see those?
I think it's awesome.
Right on.
I think it's awesome. Yeah, I mean, we're very passionate about our music and our band, and it's great to see the fans have that same passion. Whether they come to the show and tear it up in the pit, or whether they get a tattoo of the band, it's awesome. We're stoked about it.
Great. And our last question was from James. He just wondered, do you guys have any major plans for 2012, or what are your kind of highlights? Anything you can mention for 2012 at all?
We will be touring for sure. Like I said, no comment yet, but we're working on some summer touring plans. In Europe and in the States. We're January we're going to start writing for the new record. Hopefully, start recording, at the early springtime. So, hopefully get something out by August, September-ish. Who knows, really? But that's our goal right now. So
that's great. That's great, man. I really appreciate your time and speaking to us. It was really great. I think the fans are going to like to hear it.
Hey guys, this is Ron from YouTube's Rock and Metal News with a CD review of the new Opeth album called Heritage.